This is a small portion of my tomato harvest. Right, it's the end of September. Let's see what's changed in the garden. Here's the service berry that I put in earlier. It is looking great. It didn't bloom this year, so hopefully next year. The salal that was here died. This is an onion. I pulled the seeds off it earlier today and scattered them around, so hopefully we'll get some more of these wild onions this year. Let's see. The sedum here has been going happily nuts. And Oregon grape is everywhere. These wild strawberries are not really giving me strawberries, but that's all right. They're doing great as a ground cover. And I had to pull out some of the columbines because there are just too darn many of them. Let's see, what else is going on? Mock orange here is beautiful. We've got a few of these that I'm pretty sure are lilies. I don't think that they bloomed, but maybe next year. And then this grass. So the grass and the lilies I propagated from this grass and this lily. So next year, hopefully we'll get lots more blooms. By the way, this patch in here that looks dead is very much not dead. I just dumped a bunch of leaves on it beginning last year, and so they're still decomposing, and the strawberries will take them over again before too long. I'm not worried, and it adds to the soil, so good stuff. All right, the rhododendron's looking great. The mock orange on this side that I had to cut down a bit because it was just too darn cheerful. So most of the grapes that I've got, the Oregon grapes that is, are short. This one is a taller one, and as you can see, it's looking great. All right, get a closer look at the sedums here. They're supposed to be edible. I haven't really tried them though. All right, got the cup and saucer, got all sorts of these guys that I really need to pull out and weed. I haven't really been paying a lot of attention to the front yard this year. Got these volunteer ferns. Every time I turn around, it seems there's another one. All right, and got this little service berry. I'm probably going to leave most of these over the winter rather than clean up like a lot of people do, because I want to make sure that the wildlife have as much food as I can give them. Same thing with the Queen Anne's lace and the rest of these flowers going to seed. Like this narrow-leaf plantain has gone to seed. Gonna have to think about whether I want to take out this dead stuff or leave it for the animals. But the bees really enjoyed the flowers while they were here, and now other animals will enjoy the berries. We've got this beautiful purple flower. At some point I should look up what it is. Mostly I've just been enjoying it. Over here, the low Oregon grape, just going all over the place quite happily. Oh, and little flowering sedum. Happy with this little habitat here. Nothing, not a whole lot here for humans, but lots here for the bees and the birds and other animals. All right, let's go take a look in the back. I have been a bit challenged with my compost. It keeps getting very, very dried out. For a while there were some ants in here, and I think right now there's some bugs moving, which is actually good because these are some sort of fly larvae that, I forget their name, but they're a beneficial bug. At some point I'll go and poke around in here and stir it around, hopefully get some dirt made at some point. One other thing I've noticed around is these absolutely gorgeous large spiders. Come on, baby. Focus in. There we go. Doing her job and getting all sorts of fruit flies and such. Thank you, my lady spider. So many tomatoes. I really hope that some of these ripen before the season changes. Holy basil is still going strong. I mean, look at this. So many tomatoes. And I have taken a lot of tomatoes off of these plants already. Just keep coming. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So much tomato sauce. Also, finally got some peppers going here. I am very much hopeful that they will turn red. Let's see if time allows. Oh dear. The tarragon is happy, and of course now the plane is coming by. Sorry about the background noise, folks. But my little background meadow here is still looking great. I knocked down some of the grass the other day. I tried to leave a lot of the flowers and the clover is still up tall. And just still really, really happy with how this has all turned out. I planted some parsnips in this and one of the other grow bags. We'll see how that works out. Yet more tomatoes coming through here. So many tomatoes. If we get an early frost, then you guys are gonna get to find out what I do with a metric crap ton of green tomatoes. In the meantime, they're coming through happily, and I'm even getting some nice little green beans. I took out a few of the nasturtiums because they were looking pretty done. And let me draw your attention to all of these guys. So, I had several leafy greens go to seed. So some of these may be mustards, some of these may be arugula, some of them may be radish. I honestly don't know. You'll find out when I do, guys. Oh, also got some parsley and sage that I really do need to get around to harvesting. Some beautiful red vein sorrel that's just going gangbusters. Let's see. Some black aphids got onto my poor chive here. I'm hoping that, thank you crows, hoping that the rains and the frost will kill them off, or maybe I'll just come and cut them all off at their roots and let everything grow back. Got some lovely dill here. I'm pretty sure this is a cauliflower. More volunteer mystery greens. I'm really hoping they're mustards. Look at that leaf. Surely that's a mustard, right? I love mustards. Okay. Something else here. Cheerfully going to seed. Hooray for the chaos! Oh, and yet more green tomatoes. This is a small yellow pear variety that has been coming back for several years. Got some more green beans that have a different variety growing right there. Been pulling those periodically. Super yummy. And I'm not sure what this is. Maybe some variety of squash? Maybe a zucchini? I don't know. More of the yellow pear tomato. Needless to say, it's another volunteer. Another mystery squash. And a couple more leafy greens going to seed and contributing to the chaos down at ground level. Honestly, I'm loving it. Look at all these tomatoes. So happy. I'm also super happy with this sorrel. If you haven't tried red vein sorrel, I highly recommend it. It's lemony and nice, and it is a perennial green. So, see how that goes. This clover lawn here is doing great. I just love that it's crowding out all of the grass. Keep it up, guys. The trap plant is doing its job, attracting black aphids, which, you know, good and bad, but if you get something affected, you can just pluck it and toss it. Comfrey is doing well here. I keep pulling pieces off of it and tossing it into the compost. Got another red vein sorrel there and there. The leeks I put in a while ago are still coming. Not sure what this is. It might be a carrot. This also not sure. Might be tomato. And some thyme that I planted, doing great. So a while ago, I tossed a whole bunch of seeds in here, and that bed, and that bed. So we'll see what comes up in the winter and spring. A whole bunch of hardy stuff that is supposed to be cold tolerant. So we'll see what that goes. By the way, found out what's going on here. This is called blossom rot. And basically it means that the tomato is not getting enough or water, or it's getting inconsistently watered. So I'm thinking that next year I'm not going to let any tomatoes grow in this area. It's just not a good spot for them. I can put other stuff here. Oh boy. Every time I turn around, more ripe tomatoes. My dog's been eating a lot of them. Little booger. But, yeah. At least she likes them. Oh, another fun thing about the nasturtiums, by the way. It's this knotted, gorgeous pop of color. It really is. And they're delicious. And, lavender, and the rosemary is doing great here. I really do need to find some permanent homes for them. Let's see. Did you find the flower? Yes! This guy is a self-blanching cauliflower. Seems to be doing well. So ideally, you're supposed to kind of pin the leaf over the top to shield the flower from the sun, but I haven't been paying enough attention, so didn't do that yet. Oh, hey! This cauliflower is coming back! Hurrah! Whatever ate the leaves off of it shall not win! Oh boy. And I've got another volunteer tomato. Oh boy. So many tomatoes in this yard. Oh well. Let's see what else have we got over here. We've got some oregano. Better keep an eye on that guy or it's going to take over. Got sage. And this silly Anaheim pepper is blooming again. Hilarity. Not much happening over here with the raspberries. Some of them looks like they've died. Some of them have new growth. What are you guys doing putting on new growth at this time of year? That's just silly. Shortcake raspberry and nasturtiums, both doing well. I fully expect the nasturtiums to die with the first frost, but I also expect a lot of them to come back. This darn clematis is trying to come back, so it gets to be mulch. Oh, fun thing, I bought this tea plant years and years ago, and it just has not been thriving. This is the first time it has ever bloomed. I am so happy. Might actually get some new growth on this. And hell, maybe I'll actually harvest some and brew a cup of tea. Alright. I think this is the orange mint. It's blooming. Chocolate mint. Don't think it has, but that's alright. It doesn't need to. It does not need to bloom. Alright. Potatoes doing their potato thing, spilling out of their buckets. At some point I will yank them and find out how many more potatoes I've got in there. Never did get strawberries off of these guys, but you know what? That's alright. They're doing great, and maybe I'll just let the strawberry come down and add to the meadow aesthetic of the lawn. Can I really call it a lawn if it's mostly not grass? I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Herb garden is still doing fantastic. Apparently the tarragon really agrees with my yard. So does the caraway. This, by the way, this guy that looks a lot like dill, is actually caraway. Got the ruffle-leafed sage doing great. Tarragon. Weed that can just hang out there and be mulch. Yeah, lots of good stuff here. More comfrey. Bunch of stuff here that I'm not actually sure if I intended it to be here or not. I'm sure I didn't intend you. But, yeah, that shortcake strawberry definitely is supposed to be there. Gotten a few harvests off of this rhubarb, but it's been here for years and still has the skinniest stalks. I don't know if it means it's not getting enough water or what, but it tastes good. Okay, get more nasturtium, some watercress. I dearly, dearly hope this watercress comes back next year. It's amazing. Huh. Looks like somebody has been running around in this bed. Hopefully not eating all the seeds I scattered, but who knows. Some of the leeks are still hanging on. The nasturtium is super happy. So we'll see what comes back here next year. Always an adventure in a chaos garden. More oregano. Lemon balm that I keep pulling up, keeps coming back, and that's fine. Keeps coming back, I'll keep eating it. More nasturtiums. Let's see. Volunteer ferns. And this funny little raspberry that I just kind of stuck in the middle of things. This is a lark. Yeah, behold the September chaos. I think it's beautiful, and it's given me lots of delicious food this year, and it's not done yet because the first frost hasn't come. Let's see. I think that's a California poppy, Queen Anne's lace. No idea what this little spiky beauty is, but it's pretty and fun. Flowering clover, this time of year. Really, what the heck? Yeah. And my garlic chive is flowered. Yeah, I've got no idea where half of these plants came from, and totally okay with it. Super happy with the clover and this little, oh look at that, look at the bugs. And all the little animals that are here. Yeah, keep it coming, buddies. Alright, that's it for this episode of Make Men Grow with Diana. I hope you enjoyed my Chaos Garden and Permaculture Meadow tour. And if you enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. It really helps out the channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye now.